Hey, how you doing? Justin here and welcome to my new studio. Today we're checking out Fell on Black Days by Soundgarden as a tribute to the late great Chris Cornell, surely one of the finest rock singers of all time. It's a fantastic song to play. There's some great videos of Chris playing it acoustically. There's going to be a link on the website to one in particular. There's just a fantastic vocal performance and the guitar's great as well. It's a great song, really deep song, kind of fitting in as well. It's a great song to play on guitar. It's in 6/4 for the most part, so it's a little bit tricky. It's one I struggled with as a teenager when I was trying to learn this and play it in bands. I don't think I even got it close to getting it right, but I've researched it a bit and I think it's pretty much there. What I find is that playing the nuts and bolts of it right is relatively easy, but there's a lot of kind of loose things going on as well, where open strings are being played and kind of strummed along the way that really give it it's part of the sound of the song, but it's quite difficult to make it happen. I'm finding I'm just starting to get it together now, just by being really relaxed and trying to be relaxed, but at the same time accurate with my strumming and just occasionally letting some open strings kind of come out as well. So we're going to be looking at the verse and the chorus kind of sequences and the bridge, the little solo section. There's a lot going on the song where there's little stops that last a bit longer than other parts, and you're just going to have to use your ears for that, I'm afraid, because to try and go through each little bit would be pretty time consuming for me and difficult for you to learn as well. Much better learning by listening with this kind of tune. So I'm going to show you what to do, then you're going to need to listen to the original recording a bunch of times and get used to where the puzzle pieces kind of fit together. Let's start off with a slightly slowed down version of the main riff. I'm kind of simplifying it a little bit as well, losing some of the open strings or stopping trying to hit them. And let's see if we can just concentrate on the deliberately hit notes first of all. So we got this. Okay, you see the hand doesn't kind of move a whole lot, but we're starting off here with an E5 power chord. So first finger in the 7th fret of the 5th string, little finger on the 9th fret of the 4th string. I'm going to play that on beat 1. On beat 2, we're just going to lift those fingers a little, and we get we're picking very lightly, very delicately, right, for this first riff, and we're just going to lift those fingers and give it a little strum so you get a little muted hit on beat 2. So 1, 2... Now we've moved the first finger over to the 7th fret of the thicker string, little finger onto the 9th fret of the 5th string. So same shape as the E, hit. And we're doing a little semitone bend there with both fingers. Just pulling them down toward the ground. It's as much of an effect as a kind of a proper string bend, although it does seem to be pretty much a semitone. So, okay, now we've got, after we've done the little bend, we're going to play it again, then we're going to lift off little finger and play the 7th fret on the thickest 2 strings, but they'll both be underneath the first finger. And then the 3rd chord, I think, first finger's lifting up enough to get the open D string. Now this is one of those things that's very hard to do slowly, and it's difficult to get it to happen every time, for me still. But I'm pretty sure that's what happens on the original recording, at least. It doesn't seem like it's that way all the time live. Maybe they just picked that one in the studio because it sounded so cool. But it makes that first part, it's got a real nice melody to have this. The 9th fret, 7th fret, then the open D string. Okay, and again, you're likely to hit a few open strings there, but don't worry about that. That's part of the sound of the tune. Okay, so E, mute, B, semitone bend, play it, little finger off, then just lifting the first finger a little bit, still muting the 5th string. You probably wouldn't be able to get it to not mute the 5th string, but you want that the open D string. Okay, then we've got this, which is a C chord. So 2nd finger in the 8th fret of the thicker string, 1st finger in the 7th fret of the 5th string. 1st finger is going to start by muting the 4th string, and you're going to hear that open G string. Okay, that's part of the sound of that chord. And it sounds to me like the very last 2 notes he's lifting first finger up to get the open D string again. Okay, so here, and then you get the open D. It's a bit weird. Again, it sounds really weird slowly, but that's, you know, the only way that I can figure that you're going to learn to get it right is knowing what's going on and then trying to do it and then relaxing and hoping that it starts to happen by itself. That's the way I've gone about trying to learn it myself. Okay, so one more time through that nice and slow, and then we'll start talking about the rhythm. So we've got the E, mute, B with the bend, B, lift off little finger, try and get that open D string, then the C, then with the open D. Every fourth time they're going to strum the chord open again. I'm muting the fifth string now with the edge of my first finger, and I'm playing the open G string and B string. Okay. Now the count for this is a lot harder than it is to just listen to it and play it. So I definitely recommend a lot of listening before you start worrying about the count, because it's difficult. It's difficult enough for me to say it as well. Okay, so let's talk about the rhythm of this riff a little bit. Now I want to mention first of all, it's a lot easier to learn by listening than it is by counting for a riff like this. But sometimes it can help you if you're struggling with the odd time to think about counting it as well, to make sure that you're getting it right. Now it's in 6. I find counting in 6 a little bit weird, especially when I'm trying to play at the same time. So I find it easier to count a bar of 4 and then a bar of 2. Okay, so you might like to try that, or you might like to try and count it in 6. I'm going to try and count it in 6 maybe, but expect me to kind of get it wrong a little bit as well. But if I start by counting it as a bar of 4 and then a bar of 2, a bar of 4 and a bar of 2 would be the easiest way for me to deal with it. So nice and slow will be 3, 4, 1, 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1. It's really difficult to count this one, I must say. I'll have a go at trying to count it in 6 for you, but I'm not sure how it'll go. Here we go. 3, 4, 1, 2 and a 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1, 2 and a 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1, 2 and a 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1, 2 and 1, 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I should point out as well, when he's playing the riff and that C chord is held out, when he's holding that C chord, it's held for a whole bar. Okay, it's played on beat 1. It's literally held right the way through. So 1, 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's where it's switching up between the regular 6/4 and it goes into a 4/4 bar just for the little hold of that chord. Okay, it's important to register that that's happening, that these time changes are in the song. So that would be your first part to get down. One trick that you might want to try definitely is playing along with the original recording at a slightly slowed down speed. Okay, if you can't play it up to full tempo right away, just put the original track on. Use a program like Transcribe, is the one that I use. There's loads of links on the website. And then just slow it down to maybe 60 or 70%. So you... Now, just while we're on here, let me just kind of back out a little bit so you can see the strumming hand. Now, it's important to to realize here that Chris is using a down and up strumming for the first part and then moves to all down for the last 2 beats. So 1, 2, and a 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and down, up, up, down, 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 up, up, down, down. Okay, it's a little bit weird to do this change. You definitely, if you do it this way, you're more likely to hit the right accidental open strings, okay? Because once you've learned the riff, the next step is trying to get that hand moving consistently with this down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. Yeah, it's a little bit of a weird kind of pattern, but man, he makes it sound great, so it's definitely worth checking out. So down, down, up, up, down, down. Okay, really, really cool, that whole section, really. Now the other part that we need here, which we may as well do in this position, we don't need a super close-up, I think, for these chords, is the pre. Okay, so we're just literally going E, B, E, B, A, D, C, C. Okay, the tricky part here again is going to be the count for most people. Listening to it is going to be the easiest one, but if you want to count 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're back in. Okay, the vocal starts on beat 4. So you'd count 1, 2, 3, and it fell on. Okay, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and it fell on. Okay, that would be how you're going to think about that count. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and it fell on. Okay, and then we've got this little bit after the first chorus where he's doing, it's a D chord. Sounds to me like the fifth is being laid over on the bass as well. So start with a regular D power chord, first finger in the 5th fret of the 5th string, third finger 7th fret 4th string, little finger 7th fret 3rd string, but then lay your first finger over so that it's also hitting the thicker strings. And it's and 6 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 6 and 1. Okay, so if you've got your first main riff sorted out, then it is just the last 3. It'll be all down strums. And 6 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1. Okay, it doesn't happen every time. It only happens every second time, but you're going to learn that by listening, aren't you? I should mention as well, actually, something I forgot to mention is that pre-chorus, I'm thinking of it as 3 bars of 4/4 because it's easier for me to count. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But any of you that are good at maths are going to know that 3 times 4 beats, 3 times 4 beats in the bar would equal 12. So it could be thought of as 2 bars of 6, but I just find it easier to count in 4. So, that would be my preference. But if you want to choose to count it in 6, just write it out and then recount it. I'm not going to try and do it off the cuff in 6 because it might freak my head out. Okay, let's have a look at the bridge now. Really beautiful guitar part, this one. Really nice to play, especially if you're playing on your own three-piece or whatever. We're starting off with a little octave shape. First finger, the 7th fret of the thicker string, little finger, 9th fret of the 4th string. Okay, so the middle string will need to be muted by the underneath of the first finger. In fact, really you want to be muting all of the strings. So just 7th fret, mute, 9th fret, mute, mute, mute. Okay, so you want to use your fingers, first finger particularly laying down, muting all of the strings there. Okay, so we're playing, this is a B note, it's the octave of the B. So we've got down, up, mute, down. So down, up, mute, down. That's the whole, the shape moved down a string to the note E, and we got a down pick on there as well. So a mute first and then a down pick. Mute, pick, and then another mute. So we're just playing on the offbeats. That's the octave shape moved up to the first finger and the 11th fret, little finger in the 13th fret of the 3rd string. Okay, octaves of the note G sharp. Okay, and then we've got a bit of a jump. Okay, we're jumping to first finger in the 14th fret of the 3rd string and the open D string. Okay, we're pedaling the open D while we play the little riff. It's a very cool trick. Okay, 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, 3, 4. 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, then we've got this lovely. So this is 16th fret, 2nd finger, 3rd string, hammering the 3rd finger down in the 17th fret, flicking it off, and then flicking it back to the 1st finger in the 14th fret. Okay, 16, 17, 16, 14 on the 3rd string. So make sure you learn that first of all. Let's just go through the count first of all before we look at the notes, because it might make it a little easier. So we got this 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, it's a little bit awkward, the count there. Again, counting is much harder than it is just to listen. So listening to the original recording should get you there faster, but you know, it can help to know the count, which is why I bother go through with it. And it's important as well that you can play it slowly, correct with the correct rhythm, because the rhythm of the notes is what most people struggle with, possibly because they just read tabs off the internet without using their ears. But you're not going to do that, are you? You're going to listen to the original recording. Make sure you can hear it. Okay, so the little twiddle, 16, 17, 16, 14, then 16, 17, 19, 17, 16, 14. Again, I'm hitting the open D string when I feel like it. There's no specific pattern really. He does that twice, and then there's a little variation the third and fourth time, which is. Okay, so it's very similar. Same as the first time, but the second time. So instead of going up to that 19th fret, it drops down to the 16th fret. Third time. It's almost the same as the first time, but with a little 12, 11 at the end. So that whole thing just nice and slow. into, back into that again. Now, there are some extra parts right at the end of the song, where the guitar are playing different bass notes. It's the octaves, but there's too much there, and it'd be too complicated for me to explain each of the things. So it's a perfect kind of a part that you could have a go at working out on your own. So you already know the key. I'm going to tell you what some of the notes are, and then have a go at trying to work some of it out for yourself is what I'd recommend. Basically, instead of playing like the roots of the chords, some other notes are being played. So on the first chord, instead of playing that, he's playing a G sharp octave, which you can get the effect of by playing the low E plus that octave of the G sharp note, which is the last note that we play of that little bridgey riff, 11th fret on the 5th string, 13th fret. And then for the B, I think he's playing the E, and then for the C, he's playing an A. So you kind of get this. It's kind of nice to play that. It's not how he's doing it, right? He's just playing individual notes. So you're going that kind of thing. So that's played over the E. So you get that effect. That's played with the B bass note. So you get that effect, and then the A is played with the C, so you get that effect. Yeah? But it would just be that kind of thing. So have a look around at moving these octave shapes around and see if you can figure out some of those lines, because they're real tasty. The way it kind of sounds three-piecey. I know that there's more guitars going on than that in the original recording, and some excellent lead work as well, but it kind of sounds three-piecey the way you hear the bass and these lead lines on top. Definitely worth exploring on your own. So there you've got all of the parts to the song, and as I mentioned at the start, one of the hardest parts is not just getting the notes right and the rhythm right, but getting that kind of relaxed feel going on. It is difficult. I'm still finding it difficult with this tune for the very intro to be able to brush the right strings accidentally, the right open strings accidentally, because that's very much what's giving it its flavor. It's not just about the notes, although the notes are quite specific, and the more I'm kind of was digging under it, because I learned this wrong 20 years ago or whatever, it was... I definitely wasn't playing it right, and I didn't have the open strings right. I don't even think I played it in the right part of the guitar neck, actually, but... now that I've explored it a bit more, I'm starting to get a bit more particular about the way that the open strings are played, particularly in the main riff. And it's not easy to get all of those bits right. It's a tricky kind of a little riff, but sounds great. And it's just one of those things that takes a bit of practice, I think. And once you've got the notes right, then you've got to try and relax particularly the strumming hand. If you're going to do the same as the Chris Cornell strumming pattern of doing it down and up at the beginning and then all down for the last two beats, that makes it a little bit sticky, but it's such a wonderful tune and so poignant at the moment. Very sad that he's left us so early. He was really incredible singer. And there will be some more Soundgarden and Audio Slave coming up in the future as well. So look, I really hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please go and check out the website if you dig what I do, and I'll see you plenty more very soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.